Hello Nidorinas and Nidorinos, I'm KingNido and today we come into from Legendaries City where the Flare are hosting the Eterna Devons in our fourth and final quarter trial matchup as we have a look at this tale of the tape. The Flare coming in strong but once again missing out on the Elite Four. They will have to take the long route through the Leaders Trials, whereas the Eterna Devons are making their debut in the postseason after being the Wooden Crown recipients last time around. So with that said, let us know in the comments below who you think is going to win this matchup. Will it be the fire types? Will it be the grass types? Let's go!
3, 2, 1, go!
And it is going to be Magmortar joining Blaziken on the side of the Flare as Magmortar starts out that what would be a super effective gunk shot, but it goes for that Alolan Decidueye who is part Ghost type. The Mud Slap follow-up, not very effective from Blaziken onto Go-Goat, but it does lower the accuracy of the grass type as Decidueye is going to go for that glare onto Magmortar, leaving it with that paralysis that is going to slow it down nice and early in this matchup, and it may make it unable to move as Go-Goat follows it up with the mean look as well onto Magmortar, making it so it can no longer escape, but it's not looking to go anywhere as that speed boost for Blaziken takes effect, ensuring it maintains full speed control. Goes with the tackle onto Go-Goat, but the Decidueye is going to respond with the Swift, and this is not going to miss, getting that chip damage onto the fire types. Go-Goat follows it up with the Sludge Wave. Decidueye having to take more poison type damage, but it is Magmortar following up with the waterfall onto Go-Goat. Not very effective there as that speed boost once again coming into play, but already Blaziken fully in control with the speed. Goes with the charge beam onto Go-Goat, doing very little damage, but it does get that special attack boost for the part fighting type as Decidueye responds with the Supercell Slam, putting Blaziken into knockout range. Go-Goat could follow up here, goes with the Rock Smash, and it gets the easy elimination, putting the Eterna Devons in the lead, and they have never gotten a victory over the Legendaries Flare. They need to get 2 here today to continue on, but it is the Diaclaw from Magmortar onto Decidueye, putting it into knockout range and leaving it also with that paralysis, as now out comes Charizard for the Legendaries Flare, and immediately it is going to go for the Aqua Jet. Once again doing very little damage to Go-Goat on the field, allowing Go-Goat to respond with the Horn Attack. Very impressive damage onto Magmortar, who does respond with the Grass Pledge to level the playing field by taking Decidueye out of this match. Not wanting to contend with the former Oak Medallion recipient, it is Sceptile now coming out onto the field, and it is going to dive and hide underwater for this turn. This will be super effective regardless of who it goes for, as the Poltergeist from Charizard is going to be avoided by Go-Goat, allowing Go-Goat to go with the Coaching, trying to help out Sceptile, but it is still underwater, so that is going to fail, opening the door for Magmortar to go with the Pin Missile. This would be super effective, but it goes for Sceptile. Sceptile avoids that, allowing it to go for the dive. Massive damage, super effective being done to Charizard, who responds with the Cotton Guard, not capitalizing on this fire type advantage yet. Instead, it is going to boost that physical defense a great deal, as Go-Goat is going to go for the bounce, springing up high into the sky. Now Magmortar needs to go for Sceptile. It goes for the acrobatics. Super effective, fantastic connection there as Sceptile is going to respond with the Electro Ball. Once again, super effective onto Charizard, getting that elimination. Once again, the Eterna Devons are back in front. They know they have a huge contest against the Flare, as that bounce from Go-Goat is going to be avoided by Magmortar, allowing the fire type to go with the extra sensory there, putting Sceptile into knockout range. It barely hangs on as out comes Ceruledge Edge for the Flare. It is going to be Sceptile now with the Volt Tackle to eliminate Magmortar from this match, but it will get the recoil damage. It needs to hold on and not take itself out of this match, but it looks like that is going to happen. However, the Devons still have the advantage, having only lost 2 Pokemon so far. It is the guard swap from Ceruledge Edge onto Go-Goat, switching all changes to their defense and special defense, as Go-Goat does respond with the super effective Crab Hammer for the one hit wonder, and it gets that critical play just to ensure it gets the elimination. But the Eterna Devons have come to Victory Road to play, as it is going to be Chestnut coming out for the Eterna Devons. It is Arcanine in that Hisuian form, being joined by the Terrestrial Draftee slithering for the Legendaries Flare. They do still have that massive typing advantage over the Eterna Devons, and as we said, they have never lost a game to the Grass types in PokeType League history, so do not count them out of this game 1 of this best of 3 series yet, as the Poison Sting from Arcanine, super effective, a little bit of chip damage onto Go-Goat, but it avoids the poisoning as the light screen is set up here. by Slitherwing, making them stronger against those special moves. It is going to be Go-Goat though, going for the lash out, but that is going to be avoided by Arcanine. Chestnut is going to try and do its part though, as it goes with that super effective Whirlpool, that quad damage being done to Arcanine, but it also traps it in that watery vortex, as we see happening on the field, doing that passive damage to Arcanine, who is going to respond by going for the Dark Void, but it is not going to be able to use that move. This Dark Presence preventing it from taking place, as the Side Shock from Slitherwing though is going to go for Chestnut, capitalizing on that part fighting typing, as Go-Goat is going to go with the Icy Wind, but that is going to be avoided by Slitherwing and by Arcanine, those icy particles melting away before it can connect, but the Psychic from Chestnut is going to connect with Arcanine for some good damage there, as that Whirlpool continues to do even more damage to the Fire Rock type, who is going to respond with the Stun Spore, but this is not going to work on the Sap Sipping Go-Go, getting that attack boost as Slitherwing with the rest trying to restore its health, but it's already at full strength, so that is going to fail, allowing Go-Goat to try and capitalize with the Horn Drill, and it connects with the Oko for another one-hit wonder. What is going on? The Eterna Devons in fantastic form, but the Laveridge Flare, who have not actually won a game in Victory Road before, look like they're about to lose another, as Chestnut is going to go for the Yawn, looking to put Arcanine to sleep here, as it is about to grow drowsy on the field. And there is that Whirlpool as well, doing even more damage, making it such an easy target. It has 4 grass types to contend with, but it goes for the Water Pulse, not very effective here, on to Chestnut. But it is going to leave it in that confused state, so it may be doing damage to itself. However, it is going to be Go-Goat, who's in fantastic form, going for the Ember, but unfortunately that is going to be avoided by Arcanine, and Chestnut needs to shake off this confusion. However, it is unsuccessful, doing some chip damage to itself, and Arcanine needs all the help it can get, because that Whirlpool has put it into knockout range, and it is about to fall asleep on the field. The Eterna Devons look like they're about to take game 1 and get their first ever victory over the Flare, as Arcanine is snoozing away there on the field. Go-Goat can capitalize and get that easy elimination with the Dragon Claw, and just like that, the Eterna Devons have taken game 1. The Flare need to not underestimate the grass types here. And as these sides do get restored here to full health, it is going to be Cinderace and Typhlosion in its Draconian form starting out for the Flare. It is Rillaboom and Hydrapple starting out for the Eterna Devons. That Grassy Surge being set up by Rillaboom as it enters the field. And it is Cinderace with that speed control immediately going for the Shelter, but I cannot believe what we just saw from the Eterna Devons, absolutely dominating the Flare as Cinderace gets that defense boost. Typhlosion follows it up with the Spin Out. It is going to cut into its speed here, gets in some good damage though onto Hydrapple, and there is that speed being lowered, but it is Rillaboom responding with the Torment onto Cinderace, and it is going to be subjected to this Torment, so we will be seeing Cinderace struggle on the field. Hydrapple looking to follow it up is going to go with the Coil, so it is going to boost that physical attack. It's only base 80, but it boosts that physical defense as well. It's base 110 plus that accuracy, and there is that health being restored thanks to the grassy terrain. But Cinderace is going to be left struggling on the field, connecting with Hydrapple, but it does get that recoil damage, so Rillaboom looking to capitalize with the follow-up, goes with the X-Scissor. That is going to be resisted on Cinderace, and Hydrapple, even now quicker than Typhlosion, is going to set up the Infestation on the Fire type. It is not very effective, but being afflicted with that Infestation will be doing that passive damage, as Typhlosion with the Seed Flip heavily resisted there by Hydrapple on the field, but there is that health being restored for Cinderace, for Hydrapple. Everyone who's taken damage will be having their health restored whilst that grassy terrain set up, but that will not prevent Typhlosion from being hurt by that Infestation, as we do see the defog here from Cinderace. It is going to lower the evasiveness of Hydrapple, who knows all about lowering Pokemon's evasive stats, and that grassy terrain disappears from the field, but it's the last respects from Rillaboom, getting that chip damage onto Typhlosion. Hydrapple follows it up with the Matcha. Gotcha. This is going to be resisted by the Fire types, but Hydrapple is going to have just a little bit of health restored by taking it from both Cinderace and Typhlosion. They're trying to keep itself as close to full strength as it can. Typhlosion though is going to go with the Yawn. We saw the Devons do this to Arcanine in the previous game. Rillaboom is going to grow drowsy here, but still that infestation, that chilling noise, doing that damage to Typhlosion as Cinderace once again left to struggle on the field. It is going to get even more recoil damage. It is becoming an easier target with every turn. Rillaboom could capitalize. It goes for the Earth Power, and once again the Devons get another elimination nice and early on the board to take the lead over the Flare. We'll be able to see the Flare go out in straight sets. Once again the Sludge Wave from Hydrapple almost eliminates Typhlosion. It does damage to Rillaboom, who's on the receiving end of a rollout, putting it into knockout range from Typhlosion, but the infestation, that is going to finish off Typhlosion, and the Eternal Devons have taken 2 members of the Flare down already in this matchup. The Flare need to act quick and start getting these eliminations as Rillaboom has fallen asleep. And it is going to be Pyro now coming out, as it is joined by Magmortar once again. Pyro with the Aqua Cutter getting not very effective damage, not enough to eliminate Rillaboom from this match, who is still fast asleep. The Flare need to get one on the board. What is happening to them in Victory Road? The Draco Meteor from Magmortar is super effective, and it is going to take Hydrapple out of this game. The Flare have got one finally, as that special attack does get lowered from Magmortar. It is Electrode, the Terrestrial Drafty, coming out for the Eternal Devons. It is the quickest Pokemon in the PokeType League, so we know it is going to have that speed control as it sheds that electric typing and takes on that grass Terra typing. And it is immediately going for the speed swap. Forget what I said about it being the quickest Pokemon in the PokeType League, because that is now Pyro having that speed of Electrode, looking to capitalize. It goes for the Drain Punch, getting some fantastic damage onto Electrode as well. But it is at full strength, so it is not going to have any health restored. And speaking of health, it is Rillaboom, who is still fast asleep with that low health, and we get the withdrawal from Magmortar, boosting that physical defense. Pyro now with the Brine. It finally is going to eliminate Rillaboom, leveling the playing field for the Leverage Flare. Electrode, however, is going to go with the Metal Sound onto Pyro. This is going to greatly lower that special defense of the Fire normal type as Magmortar with the Icy Wind. This will be super effective onto Electrode, getting some fantastic damage there as well, lowering the speed even further of Electrode as out comes Gogoat, who had a fantastic game 1. Pyro, however, with the Feather Dance, not putting the Leverage Flare in front. Instead, it is going to lower the attack this time of Electrode. Magmortar follows it up with the Attract, but that is not going to work on Electrode, allowing Gogoat to try and capitalize with the Sweet Kiss. And you do not want that female Pyro to be seeing this from the male Pyro, who is going to become confused after that Sweet Kiss from Gogoat. Electrode following up with the Flail, not actually doing that much damage. Pyro may do more to itself if it's unable to shake off this confusion. However, it is successful, going with the Seed Bomb, though not very effective onto Gogoat, as Magmortar follows it up with the Bullet Punch onto the Grass type. They're only chipping away at them here, as Gogoat is going to respond with a Torment of its own onto Magmortar. So we will be seeing Magmortar now subjected to that Torment, similar to Cinderace. Electrode following it up. It is going to ride that Surf, and it takes Pyro out of this matchup. Super effective on the Fire types, and it does do a little bit of chip damage to Gogoat, but it shakes it off quite well, as it is going to be Slithering once again, coming out to Terrasilize on the side of the Leverage Flare. But again, what is happening to the Flare in Victory Road? They need to get their first ever win here in this quarter trial matchup. Otherwise, the Eternal Devons are going to ensure that the next semi-trial they are in is an all-Sinnoh affair, as we see Magmortar struggling on the field, having that recoil damage. It is Slithering, setting up the Cosmic Power early on here, boosting those defensive stats, both physical and special. And we do see Gogoat now going with the Blaze Kick. This is going to be resisted by the Terrestrial Drafty. Electrode is going to follow it up, though, with the Tailwind, trying to get that speed control back for the Eternal Devons, as Gogoat, now the quickest on the field, is going to go for the Perish Song. They're trying to make it so that the Flare only have 1 Pokemon remaining. We don't know who their last member is. We know that the Eternal Devons still have 2 more Pokemon on the bench, and it's the Disable follow-up from Electrode. We're going to be seeing Magmortar struggle. We're also going to be seeing Slithering struggle. However, for the time being, Magmortar is going to throw that present to Electrode, and it restores its health. This is going terribly wrong for the Leverage Flare, as we start to see this Perish count fall to 3. And as we said earlier, whoever wins this matchup will be going on to face the Vilestone Breakers. And if the Eternal Devons get this victory here in Game 2, it will be them. We know this is a best of 3 series, as that health is restored from the Shore Up for Go-Go. The headbutt follow-up from Electrode doing practically nothing to Slitherwing there, but Magmortar with no moves left, it is going to struggle. Going for Electrode, it gets that recoil damage though, putting it into knockout range, and the exact same thing is going to happen to Slitherwing. Also going for Electrode, putting it into knockout range as that recoil damage also impacts Slitherwing, but there is that perish count falling to 2 for everybody on the field as the Devons are in full control at the moment. They are shining bright here in Victory Road. The Water Gun from Go-Go is going to eliminate Magmortar from this matchup. And Electrode with a massive opportunity goes for the Torch Song. It will get that special attack boost after doing very little damage with that not very effective move to Slitherwing. And Slitherwing, if it struggles and goes for Electrode, it will get that elimination. But instead it goes for Go-Go, and there is that recoil damage taking place for Slitherwing as that perish count will fall to 1 for these 3 Pokemon currently on the field. The Flare are about to send out their last Pokemon, and they are going to need a fantastic performance as that Tailwind does peter out. And it's Charizard now coming out with that speed control immediately with the last respects to take Electrode out of this match. Straight on the offensive, they're very impressive by Charizard. This is what the Flare need. They still have 3 Pokemon remaining on the side of the Eterna Devons. As we're about to see Slitherwing once again going for that struggle, that recoil damage, it is able to hang on by a thread, but Go-Go could get that easy elimination. It goes with the Leafage, instead trying to get a little bit of chip damage, very little in fact, onto Charizard there. And Slitherwing may no longer be disabled, but it's also no longer in this match because that perish count has fallen to 0. It is taken out. The same thing is going to happen to Go-Go. The Eterna Devons are going to have a 2-1 advantage, and if they win this game, they will move on to the next semi-trial, and it is going to be Superior coming out for the Devons. It is going to be joined by Sceptile, who has the speed control, immediately going for the Venoshock onto Charizard, gets in some good chip damage, and it's followed up from Superior going for the Rock Smash. It is not very effective on the part Flying type, trying to get that defense low, but it does fail, and it's the Mystical Fire from Charizard, getting that one hit wonder. Sceptile is eliminated as a 1v1 matchup. Superior with the speed control goes for the Weather Ball. It is staying on the offensive, trying to get the win for the Devons here. Gets in a bit of chip damage. Charizard needs to go for something big. It's going to go for the Tearful Look, and Superior has that contrary ability, so it gets the attack boost as well as the special attack boost. It could capitalize here, going for the Sing, trying to put Charizard to sleep, but Charizard's able to fly out of the way of that move, allowing Charizard to go with the Power Split. And this is going to share the power between the two, but still Superior has that speed control, going for the Poison Jab on the offensive, puts Charizard into knockout range, but Charizard responds with the Electro Web. Superior avoids that move. It could go in for the final shot. It goes with the Bitter Malice, and the Laveridge Flare are eliminated in straight sets. The Eterna Devons have won this series 2-0. They are moving on to the semi-trials to face the Vilestone Breakers. What has just happened to the Laveridge Flare? We are going to have an all Alola semi-trial and then an all Sinnoh semi-trial. I cannot wait for those matches. But the Laveridge Flare went out in straight sets last season in the very first quarter trial. Now we have the fourth quarter trial, and they have gone out in straight sets once again. What has happened to this side once they get into Victory Road? But all credit to the Eterna Devons taking down the Flare 2-0, as it is Hydrapple and Decidueye coming out for this exhibition game. It is Typhlosion and Ceruledge starting out for the Laveridge Flare, having their evasiveness lowered thanks to that super sweet syrup that Hydrapple has. But what happened? What is going on? The Toxic from Typhlosion, we'll see if they actually perform better in this match now that the pressure is lifted from Victory Road, because if they win this, that'll even raise more questions. Ceruledge following up with the Clear Smog onto Hydrapple, who has been badly poisoned, taking that super effective damage as well. There has been no stat changes to be eliminated as Decidueye with the payback. Super effective onto Ceruledge, putting it into knockout range, lowering that defense. Not that it's got much to work with now, but it does give it a massive speed boost. And Hydrapple tries for the Flail. That is not going to work on the part Ghost type Ceruledge. But what is going to work is that poisoning getting progressively worse for the part Dragon type, as Ceruledge with that speed control now goes for the Leech Life, getting some great damage there onto Decidueye to restore its own health in the process. having that energy drain, but Typhlosion is going to follow it up as well with the Psybeam going for Decidueye, getting that critical play in the process. Decidueye, however, does respond with the lead, not going for the easy elimination of Ceruledge. Instead, it is going to lower those defensive stats of the two fire types on the field, and Hydro Apple follows it up with the Stone Edge to take out Typhlosion with the one-hit wonder, getting that critical play of its own in the process. The Devons maybe still holding one over the Lava Ridge Flare. So many questions about this side now heading into Season 3 because they are not moving on, as out comes Cinderace for the Flare. Ceruledge is going to set up for the Shadow Force, so it is going to vanish instantly from the field. The Devons need to go for Cinderace, as it is going to go for that Mighty Cleave, and thanks to that Libero ability, it is going to become a Rock type, getting some great damage there onto Hydro Apple as well, putting it into knockout range. The Fire Blast from Decidueye is going to be avoided by Ceruledge. Hydro Apple looking to follow it up, goes for the Powder Snow, which obviously is going to be avoided by Ceruledge. It does very little though to Cinderace, and this poisoning could take Hydro Apple out of the match now, and it does. So it is now a 5v5 in this exhibition game, but again, all credit to the Eternal Devons. They are taking Victory Road very seriously, as out comes Meganium, and it is on the receiving end of that Shadow Force, doing massive damage as well. Cinderace looking to follow up, goes for the double edge, but it goes straight through Decidueye there, opening the door for Meganium to go with the Struggle Bug, connecting with both Flare members. I would say both Fire types, but that Cinderace is now a Rock type, having its special attack lowered, as does Ceruledge. And Decidueye is going to try for the Vice Grip, but again it goes straight through its fellow Ghost type, who is able to capitalize with the Brutal Swing, taking out Decidueye, putting Meganium into knockout range. It does do a little bit of damage to Cinderace in the process, who goes with the Stone Axe to eliminate Meganium from this matchup. This is what we expected from the Flare coming in. They have a 5-3 advantage over the Devons, as those pointed stones are floating in the air on the side of the Devons. It is going to be Chestnut coming out, as it is joined by Electrode. Both these, well, soon to be Grass types, taking the damage from those pointed stones, digging into them. But again, the Lava Ridge Flare. However, the Eternal Devons are looking to face the Vilestone Breakers. That will be in Vilestone City, but again, an all Sinnoh matchup. We have an all Alola matchup in our two semi-trials next week, as Ceruledge is going to go with the takedown, having that speed control thanks to that weak armor ability. It does get the recoil damage after getting in some great damage on Electrode, who responds with the Petal Dance. If this goes for Cinderace, it'll be super effective, and it gets the elimination of the Rock type Cinderace. That is a fantastic use of its Terrestrial typing, as Chestnut follows it up with the Leer. That defense of Ceruledge once again being lowered on the field, as out comes Blaziken for the Lava Ridge Flare. Ceruledge is going to go with the Hydro Pump. This is going to be resisted by Electrode, as it continues with this Petal Dance on the field, and it's going to take Ceruledge out now. 2 for 2 on the Petal Dance. If it can avoid the confusion, we will see a third. We will definitely see a third, as that peck from Blaziken super effective onto Chestnut. Chestnut looking to respond though, goes for the Charge Beam onto Blaziken, its fellow fighting type. As that speed boost starts to take effect for Blaziken, it is going to be Arcanine returning to the field for the Lava Ridge Flare, and that Petal Dance continuing for Electrode, intelligently going for another Rock type, getting massive damage onto Arcanine, and finally that confusion due to the fatigue has set in for Electrode, as Blaziken is going to go with the Horn Drill, but that is going to be avoided by Chestnut. However, Arcanine looking to follow it up, goes with the Mortal Spin, almost taking out Electrode, but both Grass types are going to be left with that Poison status condition, and that is going to finish Electrode off. But first, before that can happen, Chestnut is going to go with that super effective Bubble Beam onto Blaziken, getting him more massive damage on the Fire types here, as that Poisoning we see finally taking Electrode out of this matchup to put the Lava Ridge Flare back in front with that 3-2 advantage. Now, we don't know yet who's coming out as the last Pokemon for the Eternal Devons, as that Sunshine beams back over the field. Chestnut starting to feel the effects of that Poisoning. And there, once again, that speed boost for Blaziken coming into play, as the last Pokemon for the Devons is going to be Rillaboom in this exhibition game. This is an unofficial match. It will not count towards anyone's records, as the Mystical Fire eliminates Rillaboom. Blaziken has shot Rillaboom out of this game. Again, the Lava Ridge Flare with that pressure lifted up off forming like we expected. The Crush Grip onto Chestnut. Chestnut is going to respond by setting up the bind onto Arcanine here, doing very little damage with that, not very effective move, but it is continuing to squeeze the Rock Fire type as that poison is continuing to do damage to Chestnut, putting it into knockout range, and there is that bind doing some chip damage to Arcanine there on the field, but the Flare with the 3-1 advantage. This is what we expected in Game 1 and Game 2 for that matter. The Rain Dance set up by Blaziken here as it starts to rain over Lava Ridge City. And Arcanine follows it up with the mean look. They're not going for the easy elimination just to get a little bit of pride back. They should not be toying around with the Eternal Devons after what happened to them, but it is the Force Palm from Chestnut to eliminate Blaziken, and this is why they should not be messing around. This has cost the Lava Ridge Flare. They have underestimated the Grass type side as that poisoning is going to take Chestnut out of this exhibition game, giving the win to the Lava Ridge Flare. But with that said, it is too little too late. The Lava Ridge Flare, their season has come to a drastic and abrupt end, but the Eternal Devons against all odds are advancing to the semi-trials to face the Vile Stonebreakers in that all-Sinnoh matchup. I cannot wait for that, but Nidorinos, thank you so much for watching. Let us know in the comments below who you thought was the best on field, and if you enjoyed what you saw, please leave a like, share, subscribe, but more importantly, always remember, you are awesome, and I'll see you when you see me.